I just hope for another 10 years. That's my goal.
And maybe he'll make it. 10 more years at the top. The flamboyant Scot, who loves soccer, liquor, music, and blondes in that order. Still a rock superstar, doing a new album and getting ready for yet another world tour. Tonight, an updated profile. Rod Stewart. The look of elegance.
The flamboyant Scot at the top of the world of rock singers. Rod Stewart, superstar for 10 years and going for another 10.
I know I keep you amused, but I feel I'm being used.
You'll meet a rock star who makes millions and can't take himself seriously after 10 years at the top. Rod Stewart, when 2020 continues.
When you think of rock stars, you think of hype. But when you look behind the flamboyance, the flash of rock star Rod Stewart, you find a superstar who doesn't take himself all that seriously, and you find a durable talent. He has sold between 12 and 15 million albums. Rod Stewart draws a kind of frenzied attention, as we found out last year when he was finishing a 10-month world tour.
Welcome.
The jaunty, naughty backstage walk, nervously building to performance, showbiz, rock and roll style. Living up to his self-proclaimed image, a lover of soccer, music, liquor, and blondes, in that order. A Scot with a working-class accent who dares to bleach his hair and dress in slinky satins. The millionaire singer confronting the conventional distinctions of class and sex with basic thrusting rock and roll. Meet Rod Stewart.
Well, can't complain about going up there and making a complete fool of yourself and getting paid for it. That's right. All I was trying to say.
Stewart's entourage consists of 44 people. His 8-man band waits backstage before the concert.
Hi, boys. Fucking great. My dad bought me a guitar for no apparent reason. I remember I wanted a railway station for my model railway, and he bought me a guitar when I was about 12, a little £4 guitar. I didn't play it for 2 or 3 years, and I picked it up when I was about 16 and started playing then. I still can't play it very well. I mean, I just know the basic chords, but it was enough to write Tonight's the Night and You're in My Heart. Just shows you how simple rock and roll is. I only know 6 chords, and I've used all 6 in every song I've ever written. There's a nice fact for you.
But might you ever play the guitar again in concert?
I don't think so, because it means I'll have to stand still. I mean, everyone pushes me to play guitar. The boys would like me to play guitar. But it means I'll have to stand still and stand at the mic, you know. I don't want to do that. I like to keep running about. I mean, rock and roll isn't supposed to be taken that seriously, not from the rock and roll I make, anyway.
Your voice. You have...
Your voice. Yeah.
But what have you done to develop it since you first recognized that you had a good voice?
I wouldn't say it's a good voice. It's not technically a good voice. I think it's certainly distinctive. It's, I think it's sort of emotional. It's an emotional voice. But I remember how it came about. I wanted to sound, first of all, I wanted to sound like Eddie Cochran. And then after that, I wanted to sound like Otis Redding or Sam Cooke. And it finished up sounding like this. A lot of people think it hurts when I sing, you know, but it doesn't. It doesn't hurt at all. Because my speaking voice is nearly the same anyway, doesn't it?
We may have left our rock and roll roots for one number, but we quickly return. Here's one for the old crowd here, the old crowd. It was here in 1971.
It's the only song I still get a kick out of singing every night. And I've sung it for 10 years. And I still love singing it every night.
Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back at school. I know I keep you amused, but I feel I'm being used. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried anymore.
But Maggie is always the same. It always gets to be a, you know, a shiver down the spine. The crowd starts singing it. That's probably the best song I've ever written. Seems to have stayed the length of time. What's the next question?
Okay.
I think I get a terrible amount of criticism, which I think is unwarranted, from music writers, supposedly music writers anyway. I wish I knew the answer, but it seems like every critic in the world hates me right now. I suppose that's a period you got to go through.
Before he settled down, Rod had a much-publicized romance with Britt Eklund, who then wrote a kiss-and-tell book about their affair.
She said about me, she said, you can't kick Rod Stewart in the guts because he hasn't got any. The only thing you should kick is his wallet.
Alana Hamilton, former wife of George Hamilton, and Rod were married in April 1979 and had a child last summer. She has a 5-year-old son from her former marriage.
I like Alana's kid, Ashley, because he's silly. He's like me, he's silly. Childish.
Rod has become a magnet for the rich and famous, celebrities backstage in the rock and roll world, people not normally groupies. Rod Stewart's appeal is very down to earth.
We found there's only 2 or 3 pairs of sneakers that will stay up on there. Otherwise I slip, and I've been known to go right off the stage into the audience before now if I wear the wrong shoes, because that's the stairs that go around the stage. For anybody that's seen the performance, I use that word performance, is all glass, and it's very slippery. And what they have to do sometimes is put Coca-Cola all over it so that I don't fall over.
Coca-Cola?
Yeah, because it's sticky, you see. When it dries, it's sticky.
Oh.
Another useless piece of information for anybody listening and watching.
But how do you jump up on those speakers? That's about 4 feet high, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's over 4 feet, yeah. Just make a run for it. I haven't missed so far. Can you imagine what it's like if I was to miss? I fall over every night. You know, usually trip over something on the stage. But I wouldn't like to miss one of those speakers. What about drugs?
You take drugs?
I've been known to, yes. Also harmful.
Do you take them now?
Sometimes.
Are they more harmful than liquor?
No, I think alcohol's probably the most harmful out of the two. But when the tour's finished, I'll steer away from both if I can. I prefer alcohol, because I know I can handle it. So that ends that conversation.
It's like sort of leading the Panzer Division during the Second World War. One has to get the boys sort of into a frame of mind to attack the audience.
I think a lot of the dance music is going to be finished this time next year. I notice a lot of the FM stations are dropping it and going back to the rock and roll format, especially in New York. It's a shame, though, because I like a lot of disco music. Music is really good. It's like any music, you have to sort out the rubbish from the good stuff. I'm just 10 years at the top this month. I just hope for another 10 years. That's my goal. But then I don't suppose it's up to me, really, is it? I mean, I can keep making the records as best as I can, but if people don't buy them, they don't buy tickets for your concerts. That's the end of it, so it's not really up to me, is it?
Just reach out and touch me. Come on, baby, come on,
Stewart begins another world tour this fall in Cologne, West Germany, and he's preparing to record a new album. Well, next, the high cost of buying the look of elegance. A report by Tom Hoving on one status symbol, the expensive car.